Okay guys, the day has finally arrived. We are gonna take the Great Wall mission knife out in the field and see what this is capable of. Now guys, this is gonna get great, so hang on there. What's up guys? I hope you are all having an awesome weekend. I certainly have, but why ain't there anybody clapping today? Yes, thank you guys. Now let's get back to the video here. Now I'm gonna try to make this video here a little bit shorter than I normally do, because sometimes I end up talking way too much. So I'm gonna answer a few questions. Now, this guys is part 2 of the Great Wall mission knife, and if you want to see all the specs and stuff on this knife here, now go to part 1. And the same is with the Great Wall First Blood knives. I had made already 2 videos on this. The part 1 is just a video where we take a closer look at all the specs and stuff like that. And I got a field test as well on this knife here in part 2. So go check them out guys if you don't already have seen them. Now I can see that these Great Wall knives here are really getting a lot of attention from you guys out there, and I really get a lot of questions when it comes to these knives here, and I will answer all the questions that you have, but just write to me down in the comments field. But there are especially 2 questions that I get a lot when it comes to these knives here, and the first question that people ask me is how long does it take for Great Wall to make these knives here, and that is actually a good question guys, because I can see that some people have actually waited over a year to receive their knives. I didn't. My first blood knives here, I waited around 8 or 10 weeks to get this knife here done from Greg, and he really did a beautiful job on this knife here. I really love it. But my mission knife, I ordered that from a friend over in the UK, Sean, and thank you very much for that. So that is a second-hand knife, but it has never been used. So it's brand new to me. But yeah, again, I have heard that some people are waiting over a year to get these knives here. Now I'm gonna give you a little thing, tell you a little thing that I do when I deal with custom knife makers. Now, some of them actually have a website where you can go in and order the knives and all of that, and that is absolutely great. But I never use those websites to order my knives. I always contact them by email, and what I always do when it comes to knife makers is that I agree on a finish date on the knife by email, because in that way, if the knife ain't gonna arrive at time, I just keep on contacting them. And sometimes the knife makers are getting really tired of me, but it's much easier to bang them in the head if they are not holding the agreement that you made when you ordered the knife. So always talk to the knife makers by email and agree on a finish date. In that way, you are not gonna end up waiting a year to get a knife. Now that is my experience with this. So do that, guys. Write an email to Greg, and I have really I didn't have any problem by corresponding with him. He was very nice to answer me every time I had a questions and stuff like that. So I have a very good experience by talking to Greg through this process here of getting this knife here built. So do that, guys. Get in contact with him by email before you order anything and agree on a finish date. That is always a good thing to do. Now, the next question I get a lot is people want to know if the Great Wall Mission, the Great Wall First Blood sheath here can hold the knife well in the sheath. And now, first of all, when you're carrying your knife like this, the knife ain't going nowhere. But we can see here if... Now I'm gonna hold up here so I didn't have any pressure on the sheath. And you can there it comes. But yeah, it actually holds the knife in there pretty well. So I hope that answer the question for you guys out there. Now enough talk, guys. Let's go out and see what the mission knife here is capable of. Now, as I told you, I have ordered the black butt cap here to the mission knife, but now it took 3 weeks to get here from the States, and when it finally arrived here in Denmark, the custom have taken the package, and they have to go through it to see what is in it, and that is just always something they do when you order a knife from the States. They are gonna go through everything because they are scared that it is a gun or something that you are buying over there. So you can expect 2 to 3 weeks more before the Danish postal service will release the package. So this is really testing out my patience a lot when buying from the States, and it's really irritating, but I don't want to wait any longer to see what this knife is capable of. So let's go out there, guys, and see what it can do. Okay, guys, now we're out here, and you can see here, this is how it looks like. This sheath in all its glory and everything. So now we are gonna see what the Great Wall knife is. pull off. So and we are of course gonna start out with a smaller task, and we are gonna work ourselves higher and up. So let's see what we can make of it, guys. Okay, now let's see here how the Great Wall knife will do to some water hose. Yeah, it just goes right through it like butter, guys. So let's try to step it up a little bit. Let's try to make some feather sticks here. Now this edge here is untouched. I haven't done anything to it, so, and I either had Sean when he had it, and look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at these beautiful curls here. Now let's try to see how it will do to some yeah, it just performs very well, and let's try to see where the balance point is, right there where the blade starts. So that's actually pretty cool. Now I'm actually a little bit excited to see how this what do you call it, sandblasted color here, what it is gonna hold up to a little bit more harder use. So let's try to be strong with it, guys. There's a big knot down here. So far, so good. And you can see it's really biting very nicely. Yeah. Now, let's see if I can hit this here straight on and maybe get it in one blow. That really went there, guys. It just flew away, but let's try again. yeah, guys. Now let's see what it can do to some water bottle. But before we do that, you can just try and see here. The color is still holding up pretty fine there. Probably got a little bit of scratch there, but that doesn't matter to me. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can get this water bottle here in one blow, guys. Absolutely not. I hit it wrong again. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, there we go. Ow. I'm gonna try to go a little bit more tough with this knife here than I did with the Great Wall First Blood knife, because these knives here are a little bit more tough than I first thought they were. So because that I was a little bit nervous at the assembling with the blade and the handle was weak, but that is because I have no really any experience with hollow handle knives. So but I have used my Great Wall First Blood knife out in the field a couple of times now, and I just know that they are really holding up very well. So let's try and see if we can cut down a small tree, guys. Okay, now let's try to step it up a little bit here, guys, and just see. Ow. It really cuts or chop down these small branches here pretty well. Look at that. Okay. Okay, and the knife is still in one piece, guys. So this now one thing that I will tell you, that it probably doesn't come at any surprise for you, but I can really feel that this handle here, the knife is just flying all over my hand when I really using the knives here. So the grip is definitely not the best thing that I have ever tried. So, but let's try and get a little closer here, and just gonna put you in a little bit closer there and try and see. Now, one thing that I have found out now. My first thought on this was that this saw back here was meant to cut in three, but it is built more to cut wire and stuff like that. Someone told me that in the comment field below in one of my other videos, and definitely think he's right on that, because these are just not the greatest. It's not really built to saw, but now this here is actually doing something. It's a little bit better than the first block to do this, but as you can see, it's not built to cut down a tree. You can see here, but I actually got a little bit deep. It's more built for shelter building and maybe to build some traps and stuff like that. So, but it definitely can chop, guys. Now let's see what it can do to some buck. Okay, guys. Now let's see what this knife here can do to some buck. This knife here is definitely more built as a fighting knife, not so much as a woodsman's knife. So this should be able to take the chicken over in one blow, but let's see how deep the clip point can go with. See there, just open up, and it almost went through. Now it's clear to see when I'm doing this that this saw back here, down here, it is stopping the blade to go even further, because the knife is so thick. It's 8mm thick, guys, so it's really a very thick blade. Look at that. Now this knife here really, it just feels so badass to hold. And we just got through a bone there, guys. You see that? Now let's try to take. Yeah. Okay. Now let's just do some light slicing here. I'm not gonna put very much pressure. Look at that. I barely touched it. It's really a nasty fighting blade. Let's see if we can cut this chicken here over in one blow, guys. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, it can definitely take a chicken apart, guys. So this is a really brutal knife, and it's definitely a tough, well-built knife as well. So yeah, guys. Okay, guys. Now, this was the last one in the in the Great Wall Rainbow Knife series, and I'm really impressed over how tough his knife is. They are definitely built to be used, and they are not just wall hanger knives, but I would also expect a knife for $750 or $700 to be a usable knife, and I definitely think that this is. And now this knife here was built in 2019, I think, and I have seen some of his more latest versions, and they are a little bit more movie accurate than this one here is, and of course you can also the heat treatment on this knife here. If you have a special request on what kind of heat treat you want, you can just tell Greg that, and he will do that for you. I have even seen one who has cut wire over with this knife here, so they definitely are built very well. And the thing that I was a little bit nervous about on this knife here was the tip. As you can see up here, it's very thin. So I was a little bit nervous that the tip would bend. But it's holding up really well. I'm extremely excited and happy for my Great Wall knives, and I know that I'm gonna enjoy these knives many times in the future. But I'm never gonna get tired of trying new stuff, new knife makers around the world, and next year is gonna be really great rainbow year, because I have just purchased a MISSSION knife from an Italian knife maker called Daniela Morio, and his knives are exactly like the real Lyle knife. You can't really tell the difference between those knives, so I'm really excited to get my hands on one of his rainbow knives. So there are a lot of good stuff coming this way here, guys. But I hope that you have enjoyed my Great Wall Rainbow knife series, and maybe you could get something out of it as well. But remember, guys, if you have any kind of questions for me, please just ask them in the comments fields below, and I would be happy to reply all of your questions. So yeah, guys, I am Woodsman's Knife Channel. I see all of you in Valhalla. Until next video, bye guys.